Tommy from L3 Craft Coffee. I went on a camping trip with the family, and surprisingly, you can go and relax, but you can't leave coffee, so we bring in coffee with us to the camping trip. So this is like an all-in-one coffee brewing setup, and it's pretty fancy looking because it's very portable. We're gonna take a look at it. It has basically all the essentials you need. I think the only thing you really need is just hot water, which I have my jet boiler right here. It has an electric grinder. It has a pour-over type funneling system where you can just pour your coffee in there and pour over. Grinding settings. You want a medium coarse, medium fine coarse grinding, so we're just gonna start in the middle and see how that works. I'm gonna make about a 12-ounce cup of coffee through the Chemex, so we're gonna use about 21 grams of coffee. The water ready. I just gotta wait to grind out the coffee, and then we'll make a nice little pour over. I guess the only thing I'm not happy so far is it takes a while to get ground, but I guess you gotta put in the time to get the perfect cup of coffee. So now we're gonna go ahead and start the pour over. So usually when you do a pour over or any type of brewing, you don't want your water right off the boil, but you want it like slightly under. So usually like 195 to 205 is like a perfect temperature for brewing, because if it's too hot, you're gonna get over extraction. You really don't want that. So we're gonna get this coffee nice and set. So I'm kind of treating it like a Chemex. So I'm doing a slight little pour over bloom. Doing a small little amount of water, about 40 grams, usually double the volume of the coffee, just to let it bloom for about 30 seconds. And then we're gonna pour some more water to kind of develop the coffee. Pour over spot's actually pretty neat. I'm not a big fan of metal filters because metal filters, you basically allow a lot of oils and sediment to kind of go through. But when I looked at this brewing setup, it's a double metal filter, and I think it's supposed to help retain a lot more of the sediments and oils out of the coffee, so it should be a lot cleaner, kind of like using a paper filter. So I'm kind of excited to try it. So overall, the pour over system is very nice. There are some things that I didn't really like. It took a while to get a small 21 grams of coffee ground through the grinder. It ground it very consistent. We're gonna taste it and kind of confirm. But yeah, the grind time was a lot longer than I'd like. Unfortunately, when you're doing a pour over, you got a high quality cup of coffee, but it does take some time. So the whole pour over process is anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes or so. So yeah, making a cup of coffee is gonna take a little bit more time than I'd like, but it's probably gonna be worth the wait. So we're gonna go ahead and put this aside for now. This is an Ethiopian washed processed coffee. It smells very, very good. So share some with my wife. Give it a sample and see how it tastes like.
It looks like tea.
Wow, this is a nice cup of coffee. It's like I'm at the coffee shop. So honestly, like if you're willing to put in the time and effort to make this cup of coffee, we made about 12 ounces. So if you're here camping by yourself or camping with a partner or whatnot, making one cup of coffee, it took maybe 8 minutes or so. So it's a little bit more effort than I guess most people would like, but if you really want to enjoy like a really good cup of coffee, this was pretty nice. The metal filter surprisingly kept the coffee very clean. Usually metal filters add a lot more body to the coffee because it doesn't retain a lot of the oils and sediments. But the coffee is very, very clean. Yeah, so it's really nice. It was about $50. I found it on Amazon. The reviews are pretty good. I would recommend it. You would have to put some more time into brewing it because it takes about 10 minutes or so. But yeah, it's a really nice cup of coffee, so I definitely recommend it.